Hello everybody, Logan here with another video. Before we begin, I might sound a little congested and gross. I've been sick for the past couple of days. When I came home from Trans World, I just got super duper sick and super duper congested. I'm a lot better now, but I do still have some congestion and I'm kind of just getting over it. So if I sound like crap, I feel like crap, and sorry. Um, so today, I'm going to be discussing Lowe's. I received some footage from somebody who was at the, I don't even know what to really call it, like the test store, and they had full permission to send this, and they were greenlit, basically like, hey, post this, this is okay, this is kind of a part of Lowe's wanting to hype up their products, right? So we get to see some really cool items in action. Here you can see the new for 2023. Ooh, it gets so exciting saying it out loud. 9-foot zombie groundbreaker. Thrashing pneumatic zombie groundbreaker. A little snippet of the red pop-up girl. A snippet of the pop-up pumpkin. And it's a little treat. Some of the new pumpkins. So we are going to start off with the main dish, the focus of this video. The 9-foot zombie groundbreaker. This is by Techie Design, and Lord Almighty, this is one of the most impressive giant-sized animatronics I have ever seen. We have been seeing a lot of these throughout the last few years, ever since Seasonal Visions introduced their 12-foot skeleton. And obviously it has been a race of all of these companies trying to make like the coolest one, and so far I really think Techie has nailed it. They also have a 12-foot scarecrow, which again looks phenomenal as well. Now, I might be a little biased because Techie is one of my all-time favorite companies, as they have some of the most interesting designs, some of the coolest audio, and overall some of the best character presence. This is really, really cool to me. I like the idea of having this gigantic groundbreaker. Now, yes, we have seen something like this before with Seasonal Visions with Underworld Clown, but it really wasn't to the extent of this guy. So as you can see, he has this huge hand on a tombstone and he's rocking it back and forth, and it reminds me of this Techie concept that was in an old catalog where it was this zombie that was kind of gripping a tombstone, and it was called the Tombstone Rocker. It was a piece of concept art. He had like a brown shirt on. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I think it's from like 2012, maybe, possibly. I'm trying to remember here. And he rocked the tombstone back and forth. That is what this reminds me of, but they scaled this monstrous beast up. I like the blue lighting that lights up the tombstone. I actually am very happy with the lighting of this guy. I think lighting is really important with these giant props. So he's got that. He's got the light up LED eyes. He actually has the same eyes as the ice cream clown, which is one of my favorite things about that prop. And then he has a lantern. Now there's been kind of a debate over this lantern. Some people like it, some people don't. I actually do like it for the sole reason of it has the potential to kind of light up its surroundings because it's so large. And it's kind of a cool additional lighting piece to have with the prop. And it is kind of a Techie staple as well to have some sort of lantern holding prop. I have a bunch of Techie props, and I have some of the lantern holders. So I guess some people, are tired of it. I personally don't mind it. But, you know, to each their own. And also, I apologize for the dogs in the background. My dogs are running around the backyard. The walls are thin. So, yeah, this guy is retailing for roughly 600, I want to say, and I know people are kind of on the fence about that. I understand why he's so expensive. This is the largest proportioned prop we have. And what I mean by that is, like, its head and its hands are definitely bigger than the skeleton, if that makes sense. I mean, this thing's gargantuan. This thing is ridiculously big. So, I'm assuming this is an expensive beast to produce. No doubt about it. Usually, Techie is on the fairly cheaper side and it's affordable. So, seeing it be more expensive, I am assuming way more work went into this guy. So, I'm going to be a lot more lenient with that price point, with it being Techie. And I mean Techie outside of Spirit. Spirit, you know, brings up prices, but we all know that. So, am I going to get it? Not really. I'm not one for giant props, personally. My biggest concern is how much space they take up in my displays and storing them. I actually only own one giant prop, and it is the 15-foot Phantom, and he actually has one of the smallest boxes, I think next to the Witch. And I only got the Phantom because I wanted a centerpiece for my cemetery. But I know a lot of people who are totally into this guy. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I really do like the prop. It's just not something I'm gonna buy. But I know a lot of people who are totally into it and are going to buy it. So, and I see why. I see the appeal. But I don't have room for it, and I definitely don't have room to store it. I'm assuming the box is going to be big, but you kind of have to make them big for these big props. Next up, we're going to talk about the little Pneumatic Groundbreaker. No one knew this thing existed. It wasn't on the list, so we're kind of assuming it might be online only, or we didn't get the full list, which is another one of my theories. This guy, I'm going on a limb here and saying he's Techie, but I've had no confirmation as of yet. And if I'm wrong, I'll put in the description that, hey, this is not Techie, this is Seasonal Visions, but I think this is Techie. Judging by the head sculpt, it looks an awful lot like the Butler Greeter. And Techie has experimented with pneumatics all the way back in 2012, conveniently. I have seen one of the pneumatics, which was a Groundbreaker, just like this, and it looks just like this, just it wasn't an old man, it was a zombie. And I actually even said to the person that owns the zombie, and they even said the same thing, you know, it looks just like it. So, this is an assumption, it's not a fact, but I'm fairly confident this is Techie. This thing moves like crazy, and it's mind-boggling to see pneumatics make it to the consumer market, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta love the interrupting yawns, right guys? You can't have a video without it. It's fascinating to see, I think, how quickly the industry is advancing with, you know, we just had servos, we had Techie's unfolding mechanism, two of those, I mean, those two, you know, were huge deals, and now we have pneumatics. I mean, holy crap, guys. So, I don't know if I'm going to really get into the pneumatics, but I will say this, that is a really cool prop. I like how it moves, and I mean, it moves like, you know, a pneumatic should, and I see that doing well as the 9-footer get by it. And it's so funny, you see them by each other, you just see how big that 9-foot beast is next to this, like, life-sized Groundbreaker. Like, it's so funny to me. No, but the Groundbreaker is really cool. I'm curious to see how much he's going to cost. We don't have a price on him yet. As soon as I get a price, I will put it in the description as well. Or in the comments, whatever I feel like doing. You guys will know. So then behind him, you can actually see her reset, is the pop-up girl. I'm going to refer to her as the pop-up doll because she's got a cracked face like a porcelain doll. I don't want that to get confusing because Techie also did a lunging doll for Lowe's as well, but I don't have footage of it, so I won't cover it just yet. So the pop-up doll is another Pneumatic one, and I really don't have a lot to say about her just yet. She is Seasonal Visions, and this was leaked really early on in the season. I'm actually not a huge fan of this one, to be quite honest. I just don't care for the face that much. And I know she got a lot of mixed criticisms as well. But I think for what I think it's a cool attempt, and I think it's Seasonal Visions trying to get out there and experiment with not only the sculpts, but with animation. So I appreciate it. I mean, also, really weird trend. Lowe's this year really likes the color red. I don't know if you guys have noticed that there's a lot of red themed props. Is that intentional? Is it not? Who knows? But, not a huge fan. You can see her resetting where she's kind of going downwards. So she pops up. So I guess we really haven't seen the clown move yet. I'm a little curious to see what he does as well. But it's cool for what it is, but not my taste. And then we look at the pumpkins, the burlap pumpkins. I love pumpkins so much. I believe that they're all techie. They look to be like Techie's flame pumpkins. If they're not techie, then they're either Jimmy, Seasonal Visions, or Pan Asian, because they all also do the flame pumpkins, and they all also work with Lowe's. But they look very techie-esque to me personally. Love them, love them, love them, love them. I like the little skull ones in particular. Those are really dope. I actually have some of the Depot burlap pumpkins that they did, so I definitely want to get these flaming ones to go with it. I adore the flaming pumpkins. I have almost all the techie ones except for the new ones, or for the new one. I couldn't get it. I couldn't. No, I have the Party City one. I just don't have the other one, which I'm a little sad about. So, and then off to the side, you can see this little, this other pumpkin, and the head, like the upper part of it, is slowly resetting. I believe that is also either Techie or Jemmy. I believe possibly Techie. I like the fact that you can see the pumpkin guts, like the stringy, like they gave it like stringy pumpkin guts. That is such a clever little detail. I love that so much. That is like the smartest thing I have ever seen with any of the animated pumpkins. I love that. Definitely getting that one as well to go in my pumpkin patch, and obviously have some jump scare pumpkins. I need to get the little possessed pumpkin that Party City had as well to kind of mix them there. But that is such a smart little detail to have the stretched up pumpkin guts. Like that is a really cool little addition. I really like that as well. So with that, that's really everything for now. There's more stuff that's going to be kind of trickling out, you know, as this, you know, this test store continues. So obviously stay tuned, and I will update you guys if and when I get more content to show you guys. I am so excited about all of this Lowe's stuff. Lowe's has brought their A game, and not even Lowe's. Techie has brought their A game. Seasonal Visions has brought their A game. Even Jemmy has surprisingly really stepped up to the plate this year. Last year, Jimmy really fumbled, and I mean, they fumbled hard. This year, they actually did alright. I'm a little surprised. So, I'm curious to see what everyone else is going to do for all these other retailers. And I'm more curious to see what Spirit's going to do. You know, Spirit's been the big, you know, contender for the industry for such a long time. Now Lowe's is a serious, threat to them. So I'm super curious, and I really have my eyes on Lowe's this year. I really kind of was looking at them a little bit last year. This year, I'm really eyeballing Lowe's. So I'm definitely very excited for this year. This is looking like a wonderful year for Halloween decor. Anyway, guys, definitely leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts and feelings on all these wonderful new products? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? What is your favorite item so far? Not just in this video, but in general. What's your favorite Lowe's prop so far? I'm gonna have to say it's that 12-foot scarecrow. That is definitely one of my favorites. But I also adore techie scarecrows, so I'm a little bit biased. Anyway, that's all for me, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.